Vernon Kay is reportedly set to replace Ken Bruce on his Radio 2 show. Ken, 71, announced his decision to leave the radio station in January, and it was soon revealed he was joining Greatest Hits Radio. The news was announced on Ken's radio show as the BBC later tweeted, "We have some news. After 31 years of presenting the 9:30 midday weekday show, Ken Bruce has decided to leave. We're going to miss you lots, Ken, and want to congratulate you on a fantastic career at the BBC." Ken will present his final show at the end of March before moving to rival station Greatest Hits Radio just days later. The Mail reports that Vernon, 48, who has substituted for Scott Mills and Zoe Ball on the station, is set to replace him. A source said, "Ken's show is the most listened to in Europe, so Vernon has massive shoes to fill. But Hess, such a warm, easy presenter, and listeners have really taken to him." BBC has not yet officially announced Ken's replacement. BBC Radio 2 has seen a series of stars leaving the radio channel in the last 2 years, including Paul O'Grady, Steve Wright, Craig Charles, Simon Mayo, and Vanessa Feltz. In a statement announcing his exit, Ken said it was time for a change. He wrote, "After 45 years of broadcasting on BBC Radio, it's time for a change. I would stress that this is entirely my decision. I will always be very proud of my association with the BBC and Radio 2. Vernon, who is married to Strictly Come Dancing presenter Tess Daly, is no stranger to working for BBC Radio. He hosted his own BBC Radio 1 show between 2004 and 2012 and presented his own show on Radio X between 2015 and 2017. The BBC's Eurovision Song Contest's commentator Graham Norton kicked off the exodus of stars moving on from Radio 2 in 2020, when the presenter quit his weekend slot at the station. The Drag Race UK judge began presenting his Saturday morning show in 2010, following Jonathan Ross' BBC exit, but after 10 years on air he walked away from the gig. "Obviously I'm sad to be stepping away from my Radio 2 show," Graham said in a statement at the time. "I'll miss being a part of the Wogan House family, as well as the listeners and their lives. I'd like to thank my producer Malcolm Prince and all the teams I've worked with for a great decade of radio. Happily with the chat show, Eurovision and Drag Race, the BBC continues to be my perfect TV home." There has been much speculation over who will replace Bruce, with writer and TV presenter Richard Osman saying Liza Tarbuck would be his call. Liza has appeared on BBC Radio 2 since 2007 and got her own show on the station in 2012 as she replaced Alan Carr between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Saturdays. Some listeners agreed with Richard as Kate Lawler replied with, "Love her show, she needs to be on every day." Another added, "I love her radio show. It's time." The Mirror has approached BBC and Vernon for comment.